Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Amelia and I post new videos every Wednesday and Sunday. So I think this is going to be a super quick video, but I did want to make it because it's just a new product and it's highly talked about. And it is the Infallible 24-Hour Freshware Foundation from L'Oreal. I have like the regular Infallible 24-Hour Freshware that, you know, is just a normal liquid, and I absolutely love it. But this is a powder foundation, and one I've always shied away from that just because I feel like with the many different textures of my skin, I just feel powder can look cakey very quickly. But TikTok and Instagram have said, hey, no, this is a really good foundation. And I don't know, for the past 3 months, every time I've gone into a CVS or a Target, I've looked at Ulta, I've even looked at their website, I have not been able to find my color. And honestly, I checked last week at a CVS and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna give up. I don't really need another foundation. But I was in Target yesterday and I was like, I can't not look at the makeup. Let me just look. And they had it. They only had this shade in stock, and it is the Porcelain shade, which is actually pretty similar to the shade that I get in the liquid form. So the liquid form has like a fuller shade range, and this is, I want to say, about 10. So it's kind of supposed to match like a few skin shade. You know, it just comes in this compact, and then you open it up and it has like the mirror and this little spongy thing. And I've seen people actually use this sponge to put it on, so I think that's what I'm gonna do, because otherwise I don't know how to put on powder foundation. Hoping this is going to work. I'm very nervous to use one of these things too. Okay, here we go. Also, I'm sorry about the lighting. This is like not my normal setup. I'm not at my house. Okay, it does say full matte coverage. I don't really feel like this is like full coverage. Well, I'm gonna continue, even though I feel like this is not going to be a good makeup day. Which, don't you love when you're just like applying your makeup and you're like not even a quarter through and you just already know it's not gonna be a good makeup day? Just really just sets the mood for the rest of the day, doesn't it? Okay, I also feel like it's actually a lot lighter, even though they said this was my shade. Wow, no. This is terrifying, what I see in the viewfinder right now. Do we leave that peeling in my eye? This is nice, so pretty. Oh my god, I look like a ghost, which is like a real feat because I'm already very pale. Okay, so first impressions, way too pale, though I think with like bronzer and stuff, I could, you know, deepen it up and make it better. Definitely not a summer foundation. This is disappointing. Look, I'm the color of this wall. Me, like, oh my god. I don't know if I can wear this for the rest of the day because I'm actually disgusted. And now I don't know what to do with this because I hate returning makeup that I use, but I hate it. Okay. I can't get over how pale and scary I look. Oh my god. Okay. 1, it is just sticking to every problem area I have, and because it's a powder, it's just really caking on. It's creating cute little pills, especially around my eyes, here on my chin. It just emphasizes every single piece of texture I have, and because it is like a powdery finish, it just looks like it's sitting on top of my skin. Right, good foundation like just melds perfectly with your skin and basically makes it look like you're not wearing foundation. Like, it should be skin-like, and this is not. You know, maybe it needs to settle in a little bit, but you can just like tell my nose is just like covered in powder. Geez, my last 2 foundation videos have just like not been great. What's the lesson? TikTok lies. That's what the lesson. All right. Let me do the rest of my makeup off camera, see if I can make this look better, and then we'll see. Okay, so this is my completed makeup look. You know, bronzer, blush, finishing powder. Obviously didn't put any setting powder on because I felt like there was really nothing to set with this powder. It's coming off still very pale. I don't feel as I look at myself in the mirror that it's as pale as this. Let me see if I just like go in front of a window, if that'll be better. Not really. You know, like I still have that peeling in my eyes, which is like kind of weird. And I do feel on the sides of my nose, you know, it still catches the texture, like not cute. I used the Hourglass Ambient powder, and I do feel that it kind of added a bit, like the tiniest bit of a more skin-like kind of sheen to it. I just feel like matte powder is like so matte, so powdery, that it just looks fake a lot of the time, and I don't think I'm not really into that look. I do want my foundation to just like be more skin-like. You know, I'm going to now wear it for the full day, so it's about 11 a.m. right now. I don't know how many check-ins I'm actually gonna do. It is Mother's Day and I have some things going on. I am interested to see if as the day goes on and I get more oily, if it's going to turn cakey or if it'll actually like almost melt into my skin, and that will really like be the deciding fact. So it is currently 8:11. As I said, I put the foundation on at 11 a.m. So it has been 9 hours with this on. So here, I know where the oil really does collect. You can like see that it is breaking apart. It's pretty much like all off my nose. Then really this like nose area, it's just usually like wipes away, but you can see it also leaves like that mark, like it's still kind of stuck. Like definitely there's creasing under my eyes where I just patted more of the product when I first put it on. I mean, I just look a little around, even around my lips, it's like all worn off. My lips have just been very chapped. So I do think I'm actually going to do another day of wearing, just because I don't know how I feel yet. I feel like when I first initially put it on, it was like so pale, so powdery. I looked crazy. I felt that, you know, doing a full face, adding the Ambient powder helped it look a bit more skin-like. But even my mom said it does look like very matte and maybe not in the best way. And then as I started to wear it, you know, the oils from my skin started to meld with it, and it started to look less powdery, but it was immediately having that like breaking apart sensation. So again, I'm gonna do what I did with the Fenty and not put any retinol on tonight, use a heavy moisturizer, and see what happens in the morning. Okay, so here it is, day 2 of the L'Oreal powder foundation. Again, when I first put it on, it was just like super powdery, super pale, and I just was like, this just feels so wrong to put this on. But I have to say, I do feel it looks a bit more skin-like after everything is said and done. I do not think you could just like throw this on and go out. I definitely, I don't know, feel that it like needs to be worked with. You need to add some sort of like Ambient powder, highlighter, and bronzer to just blend it in a bit better. Maybe if you had super normal skin, like literally no texture, this would be fine. You could just like throw it on and you would be good to go. But it really does stick to any sort of problem areas. I didn't put as much on. I think I kept going over it, so that was like another thing to be wary of. I just like put a little on and really just had it kind of, I'd say, be light to medium coverage. It does say it's full coverage. I think if I were to go full coverage with this, it would be like just cake face all the time, but I don't think it looks terrible. I am in a beauty light. There's my little zip patch. Let's just go in front of a window for funsies. Yeah, I don't think it looks that bad. Definitely under my eyes, it like dries out very fast. But otherwise, like right now it's 10 o'clock and Oh, this definitely looks a lot better than it did yesterday. Don't mind the fact that I already took off this portion of my makeup and I was like, oh my god, I'm supposed to be doing a second day review of this foundation. Okay, so it is 4:30, so it's been 6 hours since I've put on the foundation. Here, you know, it's doing that breaking apart thing, the same thing in here. It really gets stuck to like this area. And it's kind of like worn off like around my mouth and nose. Again, pretty typical stuff for a foundation that's, you know, I didn't use a primer, I didn't use a setting spray, so it's really just like, this is the foundation on my skin. I do think today was better than yesterday with this. I do think in the areas that are like my non-problem areas, I do think it looks really nice. But in the spots where I do have problem areas, it's not great. Not great at all. And I feel like it does shift very easily and doesn't really like stay, which is kind of interesting for a powder. I would expect that to like almost set more like an actual setting powder, but maybe just the way the oil on my skin is mixing with this isn't working. So far, not worth the hype. Okay, so I am giving my final thoughts on the L'Oreal Infallible Powder Foundation. I actually have it on again today, so this is my 3rd day wearing it, and I think I can finally make up my mind and say that I don't like it. As we saw in that first clip, it is just a layer of powder on your face. Don't like the finish because I don't feel it melts well with my skin. And as I've stated in just like every one I've done, I mean, I even put it under my eyes and it's just not cute. There's like the cakiness around here, and it just sits in every single crack and pore that you have on your face. It does not work well with my skin at all. What I do like it for, actually, is when I've been doing like larger eyeshadow looks. I normally take what's like kind of left on like my beauty blender and just clean up the lines here, but I've been doing it with this and just like literally taking it, making like a perfect angle here to like clean up and cover just, you know, any like dustiness or just lines that aren't perfect, and that's actually worked really well. So it's like a cleanup thing. I think it's good. Is it worth it to just clean up a little bit of eyeshadow? For me, no, but I mean that is how I'm going to use it now that I have this. Yeah, I'm very disappointed because I love this so much. Honestly, tomorrow I'm very excited to just like put on foundation that I know works and will look good. So I put it on for the past few days and I'm like, maybe this is it. Maybe this will be the time. And no. I know I said that adding like the Ambient powder from Hourglass does add a more skin-like finish, and it does. You know, it just kind of adds some sheen that I like, but it still just doesn't mix well. I kind of feel like I shouldn't have to be like adding extra things to a foundation when like there are just foundations that work. There's so many products out there that you kind of like don't need to settle anymore, really. So that is my review. It's a no from me. Unfortunate end to a 3-month journey. Okay, so I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one.